Good afternoon, everybody.
Afternoon.
How are we all doing? This is an interactive session. If I ask a question, you'll not be surprised to know I want an answer. But just because I want it doesn't mean I'll get it. But we'll try our best, eh? So then, okay, what I'd like to talk to you about today is, let's go off camera because I can pull you. Is Facebook fundamentals. So it was great to hear all your names and your current statuses and kind of where you're aiming to be. And I think one of the really important things in business and life generally is that if you have the solid foundation, you can then build upon it, can't you? And build your empire, your skyscraper, whatever it might be of a business, to whatever level you desire. So it's getting that foundation right, which I'd like to share a bit of information. But before I do so, I'd like to talk a little bit, if I can, about mindset, which to me is actually the main foundation. So more than what you're doing on Facebook, more than the people that you're approaching and talking to. If you actually have the right mindset, you're 75%, in my opinion, the way to where you need or want to be. So what do I mean by that? Well, one of the things that's really helped me over the last 4 years that I've been involved in network marketing is the personal development material. So are you familiar with that there are books and CDs and YouTube videos and all that kind of thing, all there to help you, whether it's in a nuts and bolts kind of way, in terms of practical skills that you can apply to your business and improve your success rate, but also in terms of your approach, your mentality, your attitude. There are skills, there are books that can help you with those skills as well. So two that I'd like to recommend, the first is GoPro. So perhaps you've heard of that already, but the thing is, until you have the 7 skills or the 7 steps down in your head, down pat, as they say, until you have those and you can list them off, then you haven't read it enough, is the simple truth. So the great thing is that it's available obviously as a book, but also as an audio, so it caters for all the different types of learner, or whatever your preference of learning style is. And it's actually available on Spotify, if you're familiar with Spotify. If not, then go to www.spotify.com.
Amber's put it on her team
SoundCloud.
in the files. She read it all. She actually read the book.
Right.
So it's down as an audible free files on her team.
Oh, that's fantastic. Team Sparkle?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Right, okay, so get access to that if you haven't already. Excellent, top tip, thank you. Live and learn. Very exciting. So if you would like it from the author himself, then you can get it on Spotify. And if you access it on a laptop or through your web browser on your tablet, then it'll play in order and completely free of charge. All you need to do is set up a free account with your email address and set up a password, and then you can get that information for free and also instantly at a time that suits you. So what I would recommend that you do, having read that or listened to it, or both perhaps, is actually write out, just on a post-it note or a small notepad, whatever it might be, write out what the 7 steps are within that book, because they are this. How's that?
Oh, there's me being all discreet.
So that they are the 7 steps that will take you to the success that you desire. And GoPro is a really fantastic book. Eric Worre is a multimillionaire from network marketing himself, but actually he's dedicated the last, probably knocking on 8 or 10 years of his life now, interviewing all the most successful network marketing professionals that are out there and gathering what the common factors, the common denominators are amongst not only himself, but his peers too. So what he doesn't know isn't worth knowing, and it's all condensed into a couple of 100 pages there, or a couple of hours on video or audio. So that's really great. And then the second one I would like to recommend is Building Your Network Marketing Business, and that's by a guy called Jim Rohn. Sorry, GoPro is Eric Worre. Forgot to say that. So that's WORRE. Eric Worre, and then Building Your Network Marketing Business is Jim Rohn, and that's ROHN. And Jim Rohn is the granddaddy of network marketing, the network marketing industry generally. He's trained up more network marketing millionaires than any other person. He's been around since the 1970s, himself a multimillionaire from network marketing, and went on to coach and mentor other people, do talks worldwide. A really amazing person. He's probably written somewhere in the region of about 20 books on the subject, all different, philosophies and practical tips and things like that. And building your network marketing business, it is available on YouTube, again for free. You can buy it as an audio or as a book as well, but it's generally, if you search for it on YouTube, there's a copy there. And what he's done in that, it's a 1 hour video, it's an hour and 6 minutes. And what he's done in that 1 hour is condense all of the knowledge from the 20 books into 1 hour video clip. So absolutely action-packed and top tip, fantastic. The tongue twister. Okay, so that's two. The books that I reread, because it's amazing when you go back to certain things 6 or more months later from the first visit, you'll actually pick up different information, and that's why I recommend to both read and listen to it, because again you'll pick up, even in the same sitting or close together, you'll actually pick up different bits of information from it. So that's 2 things there. So Facebook fundamentals then. So I'm working on the assumption, now correct me if I'm wrong, by a show of hands or by whatever method you choose, that you all have a Facebook profile.
Yeah.
Is that right? And then that you also have a Facebook page.
Yeah.
And that you also have a Facebook selling group.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Right, okay. I'm off there. Not really. So just to give you sort of my overview, and again this is from my practical experience building up our unique business over the last 8 or 10 months or so, as well as speaking to quite literally hundreds of people across the network, both in our business and not, and all I've done is garnered their views in a bit of an Eric Worre style. It's garnered the views of the most successful people, and that's what I'd like to share with you today. So with your profile, then before you got started with Unique, then obviously you posted about you, yourself, your family, your friends, holidays, events, antics, occurrences, all that kind of thing. So your Facebook profile should be no different now that you have joined with Unique, except for the fact, one small exception, that you are now a Unique presenter. So you would include information about Unique as well, perhaps not direct, promotional sales, that kind of thing, but about the opportunity, about the difference that it's making to you, that kind of thing. So that's you, your profile. And I know that's stating the obvious, but I'm just covering the bases. And then with your page, up until January, they were actually a really fantastic way of generating interest, of spreading the word. They were a really good outward communication tool. However, they changed the policies and the rules and all the rest, and as well you all know, then now to communicate with even the people that have liked your page, have shown an interest, have commented, shared and liked your posts and your content, then you have to pay. Now that may not be an issue for any of you sat in the room today, but may well be for some people that you're introducing moving forward. And if the people that we're introducing can't do it, then why would we want to do it ourselves? Because network marketing, after all, is about creating a series of simple, duplicatable steps that everyone else can follow. And the simpler your system, the easier it duplicates, the faster it will, and the faster you'll get the result you want. So not something I recommend, but that isn't to say that Facebook pages don't have the use, because they certainly do. However, it's just that use has changed to now more of a billboard is the way that I view and use the Facebook page. So it's a billboard of information about products, about the opportunity, about you as a presenter, and all the other information that goes with, but is a referral source. It's something that you refer people to. So if you're chatting on, if you're posting in groups, if you're talking in interest groups about health and beauty, about your petrol hour or whatever it might be, and you want to point someone, then remove that barrier in terms of getting them to friend you and all the rest of it in the first instance, and refer them to your page. Because obviously anyone with a Facebook account, in fact you don't even need a Facebook account, but let's just keep it simple. Anyone with a Facebook account can view your page, can't they, and all the information there. So if you like, it's a brochure or a billboard. And then the third and final one I'd like to cover in Facebook fundamentals is obviously your group. Now, I personally think, having helped a great number of people, you know, in the hundreds certainly, with their Facebook activity and strategies and posts and all that kind of thing, that this is where most people tend to falter. Now, if you imagine, because I see a group as a lifestyle column. So, do any of you buy or subscribe to magazines of any kind?
No,
today.
time.
Today, but are you familiar with these things called magazines?
Yeah.
So I'm not that archaic then. So let's imagine. So I mean, you might have a subscription online, perhaps to Vogue or, you know, a similar kind of magazine. So, but the thing was, if you paid, I don't know, £3 or £5, I think they are nowadays, aren't they, these magazines? If you paid that kind of money and got an issue, and it was the autumn, winter, you know, London, Milan catwalk show special, and you really enjoyed the content and you thought it was really fantastic, there was a bit of an innovative take, or, you know, a good write-up on a certain design that you enjoyed, or a hairstylist, or whatever it might be, well, that'd be fantastic. And if you then went back the following week or month and bought the issue again with a different cover on, but actually all the content was the same, how impressed would you be for your £3 or £5? Not very impressed. Not very well, exactly. You'd be taking it back, wouldn't you? And then also, how likely would you be to go and buy a third copy? Not even remotely, would you? So it's the same with your Facebook group, because for a certain amount of time when you're first getting started and you're excited and you're writing all the posts, and it's like, look at this product, look at the other product, oh, this is really amazing, this person's doing that, and that's all you keep posting about, on and on and on and on. How likely is someone to want to come back and take a look at that information beyond that first issue, let's call it, that first week or month? It becomes very tedious. So people join and say, I've done really amazing, I've got to yellow, and then it's gone really quiet, I don't know why. Well, it's because there's no new information, there's nothing interesting for people to come and take a look at. So by treating your group as a lifestyle column, and bearing in mind that there needs to be something fresh, something new, a different take, then people will want to come back. And what you're doing by doing that, albeit talking about all and sundry different topics, is giving them a reason to come back. And then when 1 in 5 of your posts is a direct promotion, let's say, about a particular product, customer kudos, about hostess rewards, something like that, well, they're going to interact with that information as well, aren't they?
So, using the group, just to get it by my head, so you perhaps post about random, all different things.
What you would already make.
Not personal things, like I've been out and took the dog for a walk, but, you know, a new product from a different company, something you've used.
Could be.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So to take myself out of the 19th century, which clearly is where my head is at in magazine land, and let's put ourselves in the 21st century for a moment, and let's call it a blog.
Yeah.
Is that better? You like that,
Well, we get it now.
What's in hot magazines, Get him off.
Would you suggest that we'd have first have a obviously your personal Facebook profile and a page and a group?
Yes.
You think that it's best to have all three
would.
with different things in each group,
that's
or
the trick.
the same thing in all three?
That's the trick. So if you imagine you've got your 3 columns, and these like literally got it, as you can see, I've got it written down as 3 columns on my page here. And I put the profile in the middle, I put my page to the left and the group to the right. Can you see there's this funnel? Because anyone can view this. This is the most information. They have to be your friend, so there's less people, because you don't have, unfortunately, every single person on Facebook as a friend. And then in your group, whilst it starts off the same as your page and your friends list, because you're adding everyone in, what you do is people naturally will leave because they decide it's not for them, and that's fine, because we don't want to waste the time to people that are not interested or are going to be horrible to us. But also, what you're going to be left with is just the people that do want to buy or have purchased already. People that have shown an interest but maybe decided the time isn't right for them. People that have hosted a party and really enjoyed the rewards and the benefits, and are going to be interested about hearing about it again. And that's what we're aiming for, and that's why you have that group. However, in terms of your content, the profile is where the most information is, because it's you in the round. some of which is relevant in terms of your billboard off to the left onto your page, but not all, like you say, but you know, the taking the dog for a walk, perhaps not, but when you're running a customer kiosk, perhaps so. And then some of which goes into your group, which leads neatly on. I like where your minds are going with the questions that you're asking. So in terms of attraction marketing then, what I've done is distilled this down into 7 types of post. So one of the things that I get asked about quite a lot is, well, I run out of things to say. And I've done everything now. I've done every product. I've done about parties. I've done about joining. I've done it all now. So what do? Start at the beginning? No. Please don't do that. So what I've done is I've distilled it down to 7 types of posts. That isn't to say there are only 7 posts you can do. It's to say there are 7 broad categories within which there are many, many types of posts you can actually do. So the first one, unsurprisingly, is a personal post. So that could be walking the dog. It could be about another business that you're working with. It could be about something that you're excited about your holiday, a promotion, a new handbag or a pair of shoes, or whatever it might be. A personal post. The second one then is an inspirational post. An inspirational, the key is in the word, is something that is inward. It's something that means something to you that you want to tell other people about. So again, there are multiple types of inspirational post. It may be a quote or a saying. It may be how one of your team members has really egged you on to try something new that you yourself has not tried, or maybe your upline, or whoever it might be, anyone. And then the third kind on a whistle-stop tour of post is aspirational. So some people combine these as the same, but to me they're actually quite distinct. And aspirational is something that you want but don't have yet. So it could be how amazing the trip is and how you can't wait to be one of the members that's filling the boat, how you're so excited for you and your husband to leave Europe for the first time, for example, whoever that might be, thinking of no one in particular. And or it could be any number of different things. So it could be about how you're so looking forward to trying the new products and seeing what the difference it's going to make to you on a personal level. Any number of things. And then the fourth kind of post is competition. Now obviously this is restricted to your selling group. Competitions can't be run in other people's selling groups on your profile and certainly not on your page. You can be reported to compliance for doing so and potentially have your account shut down. Obviously we want to avoid that at all costs. So within your group then, there are a number of types of competition, just to give you a few examples. So there's raffles that you can run, so it'd be £3 a ticket, however many tickets it is to the equivalent retail value of the product, and not until all the tickets are sold do you then pull a number using random.org website to make sure it's fair and there's no fixing going on. And then obviously you're passing the product on to the winner, creating a great buzz within your group and elsewhere. You can post the results, certainly, have other people tagging you into the post on their profile about how excited they are to have been the winner of whatever the prize or promotion is. That's just one example. There are obviously many others. You can run a promotion where if you tag 3 people in to your group, then you will give them a sharpener or mystery prize is the best way to do it, if it's actually in reality a bit of a duff one. Mystery prize yet to be announced, but creating the interest and the buzz that goes with it. And then the 5th, which is my most favourite one, if anyone's taken a look at my profile, is humorous. A humorous post. So that could be something about fluffy kittens. 9 times out of 10 that's what it is with me, a bit obsessed. But obviously it can be anything. In fact, we were talking just like yesterday up in Hull about a really funny video that I'd seen that was related actually to not necessarily a unique product but to cosmetics as a whole, and it was 5 Japanese ladies. It was actually an advert for Microsoft of all things, but it was 5 Japanese ladies and they were in this sort of beauty boot camp, all sat there at the station like a vanity table. And they had, I think, something like 10 or 12 seconds to put the makeup on, so they're frantically picking up the lipstick and the liner and the mascara and trying to put it all on at once and making a right mess of it, obviously, in that short time, and then being cut down by this harsh mistress. the beauty camp leader, until eventually it gets to the fourth or fifth lady, and she's just sort of like, very pleasant and, not stressed and tense like the other previous four had been, and she's just like laying different things out on the table. It's like, get on with it, what you doing, and all of a sudden she just headbutts the table, face plants the table like that, comes up with the most beautiful made up face, all with the false eyelashes and everything, pulls a stick out the back of her hair, and all the trestles kind of come flowing down, and then she's done it. So to me, that's just very humorous and something that I use in selling groups and things like that as well. So that was actually shared, wasn't it, on my profile yesterday by Michelle. So if you want to take that, by all means do so. But just one example. And then the sixth type of post is product. So no, we don't want to be overbearing. No, we don't want to be throwing it in people's face all the time. No, it's not the only kind of post that we ever want to use. But it is a type of post. It's in there, it's in the mix, it's to be included.
Thought they were sweet, getting excited.
So yes, it's important to share the products. Now, whether that's in a personal way with a selfie or a video, whether that's by borrowing someone else's results until you're comfortable to do so, or as well as, or whether it's just a plain old picture of the products looking attractive as they are, obviously in the beautiful packaging, and saying what a personal, what a difference it's made to you, or how your customer's really happy with it, tagging your customers and that kind of thing. And then the final kind of post, in terms of attraction marketing and content on Facebook, is a question or opinion post. So this one, the value and importance of this can't be undervalued. The reason I say that is because obviously the trick is to get people interacting with your content. And how better a way to get them to interact than to ask them a direct question? Because then they're going to answer one. Especially if you put in other humorous and competitions and inspirational things on as well. So that could be, I think this product is really amazing. Here's the result. So it'd be a product post, so you can combine the different types of posts together. What do you think? I think that my party hostess from last week looked really amazing with the new lip stains on. What do you think? Asking her friends, what they think, that kind of thing. So questions and opinions. You can run a poll, so lots of people do that. As well as the sort of drop a selfie, or what's your unique name, if you've seen any of those on Facebook, so all that kind of.
You got loads of actually when you did, would you buy makeup for a man? And you got loads of.
Oh, I saw that. I commented on it. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah. So we can combine these 7 types of post. That isn't to say, like I say, that there's just 7 types. It's the 7 broad categories within which there are multiple types of posts. So by mixing up all of these different kinds of posts every day, you're never going to be short of any content, which I think really helps. So having got Facebook set up then, how long have I been on for? Too long. Having got Facebook set up, we're ready to go, we're putting the content on, we're generating interest, and the really fantastic thing about attraction marketing, there are so many examples of how this works, how brilliant and fabulous it is. We don't need to look any further than Charlie Melly, who's one of our Black Status presenters, Natasha Kelly, who is one of her Black Status presenters, obviously within our business too, Danielle Cameron, who's Orange Elite and currently gunning for Purple, not very long now, all of whom have never approached a single person about the opportunity. They've always been approached. It's always they that have been approached using the attraction marketing method that I've just described. So as we're generating that interest, then it's a case of what do I do for all the new starters? Well, what's really important, before I go on to that, what I'll just say, that if you did want to be proactive, and you did want to start contacting people about it, and you did want to turbocharge your business and really get it off to a fantastic start, something I've done in the past and recommended to many other people, and other people have recommended to me as well, I have to say, is to work with your top 100. So this is all in GoPro, it's all well practiced and tested and successful method of doing, of generating interest in the opportunity and in your products and hosting a party. So it's not the top 100 people of who you can get in your business. it's not the top 100 people that you think might buy a product from you, it's the top 100 people who you can help the most. Which is a different way of thinking about it perhaps. The top 100 people that can benefit from having long and luscious lashes. The top 100 people that could do with earning a little extra money working from home and not interfering with the childcare arrangements and all the things that pesky jobs normally do. The top 100 people that love makeup and taking selfies perhaps, and would really benefit from getting some free product as well. Yeah. That was a look on the only could give. The top 100 people that like products, like makeup, and would really enjoy and benefit for getting it for free or at a discounted rate, at least by hosting a party. So, with attraction marketing, when they contact you, the important thing is to keep it simple. So as Amber Voigt says, having amended it to her own taste, keep it simple, sweetie, kiss is the approach. So what's really tempting is that when someone contacts you, you're so excited, you want to get the information across, and you're working in this finite window, it feels like sometimes, and you just basically verbally throw up all over them and say, oh my goodness, it's so amazing, and it's made such a big difference to my life already, and I've just got started, and this and this and this and this and this, and this person did this, and I've got all these products, and oh my god, what do you think, £69 when I get started? And they go, ooh, easy. All I asked you was about the mascara, you know, and we've all done it, you know, I did it when I was getting started a few years ago. So, you know, it's not a criticism, just to say that best avoid it perhaps. So then what I actually use in terms of dealing with objections or hesitation or that kind of thing is a really simple method which is called feel, felt, found. So if someone comes to you and they say, oh well, it sounds really fantastic, but I just really don't have the money at the moment. Someone says, you know, it sounds really amazing, but I just don't think I've got the time. And all the common objections that we receive all the time. And what we would say to them, or what I would say to them, is, well, do you know what? I know exactly how you feel. When I first got started, I felt exactly the same. But do you know what? I actually found that by building my business, it's actually given me more time with my family, not taking time away from it. And it's so versatile and flexible, I can actually fit it in once the kids have gone to bed. It takes me 20 minutes a day to schedule my posts to have my business open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's just half an hour a day, I might say to them. Or if they say that they don't have the money, I know exactly how you feel. When I got started, I felt that I, had better things to spend the money on. I had to pay my rent, I had to keep food on the table, whatever it might be. But do you know what I found? Was that in my first 2 weeks, not only had I made the full price of my kit back, by selling the products contained within it, I'd actually more than doubled my money. Feel, felt, found. So really simple, whatever the objection is. And then I would use the triple follow-up method. Sounds very posh, doesn't it? Again, this is from GoPro, but I've put it into practice and I can absolutely guarantee it works. In fact, Eric Worre says that his success rate in terms of people that he spoke to people that he joined was about 5% when he first got started. So only 5 in every 100 that he spoke to were joining, which obviously was incredibly frustrating, but a process nonetheless we've all been through. But by using the triple follow-up method, his success rate actually went up to 80% from 5. So a really simple thing, but really, really effective. And the triple follow-up method then is when you're speaking to someone, you would say, okay, Janice, I think you'd be really fantastic for the opportunity. I hope I've answered most of your concerns today. And if I send you a link to this video, a link to my shop, a link to this resource or information, whatever it is you're sharing with people, if I add you onto my little group of team members, and you can ask a few questions and things. If I do that, will you take a look? If I, will you? Really simple language, but really effective. If I add you to the group, when do you think you'd have a chance to take a look? And they say, Tuesday afternoon. Right, okay. Well, if I give you a call or a PM or a text or come and meet you for a coffee or whatever it is that you're doing with that particular person, if they're in another country, I'd probably not meet up with a cup of coffee. Can't stick on a PM or a Skype call or a hangout, whatever. So if I add you to the group, then when do you take a look? Wednesday afternoon. Okay. So if I send you the link, then you'll have a chance to take a look on Wednesday afternoon, and I'll give you a call on the Thursday morning. Would that be okay? And they say either yes or hang on a minute, now that I've thought about it, that's not going to be great. I'm going to take a look on Thursday morning. I'll speak to you Thursday afternoon or whatever. It's okay, that's fine. So go through the process until you've got them confirmed, and then say one last time, I'm really excited about the opportunity. I can't wait to share more information with you. I'm going to give you a call on Thursday afternoon or whatever it is you've agreed, at PM on Thursday evening, whatever it is, and I look forward to speaking to you then. Is that okay? I say yes. So you then follow up. If if they're interested, they'll take a look at the information. You follow up and you say that's really fantastic. So on a scale of 1 to 10, about how ready are you to get started? Just ask them the question. You can have a bit of chat if you want first, that's fine. But that's what you're leading up to. And then they'll give you an answer. If you're sending over a 7, you want to be sending them your link and saying, right, okay, here's the link, this is how you get started. I'm so excited for you, etc., etc. If it's anything below, you say, I know exactly how you feel. But you know what? I felt exactly the same, but you know what? What I actually found was this. So now that I've answered your concerns, whereabouts are you on a scale of 1 to 10 to get started? And go through that process no more, in my opinion. You can do it as many times as you want. It's your business. You choose to obviously run it as you wish. But for my personal preference, I would go through that only 3 times. And should they not join by that point, I would always leave the door open as wide as I possibly can for them to walk through whenever they want, not falling out with people as we go, obviously. And I would say, okay, well, do you know what? If you have a change of circumstances or heart, then please do feel free to give me a call or drop me a PM anytime. I'm always here. In fact, I'm going to send you this information, and if it's okay with you, I'll give you a call or a text or whatever in about 6 months' time and just see whether your circumstances have changed or not. In fact, I'll keep you in the loop on my latest promotions because I wouldn't want you to miss out as a valued customer. And I'll leave it at that. So, to go right back to the beginning then, just very quickly, just for 1 minute, what I would say is that mindset is the key to success. By reading the materials, you will develop that mindset. And not only that, as long as you are waking up each morning and wondering how many people you can help, then anyone who says no is refusing your help, and there's not really much you can do about that. Anyone who says yes, well, that's great, and you can help them get started and help them with their business, their mindset, their mentality, their attitude, and their wealth, all of which is fantastic. And I wish you all the very best of success. Thank you very much.
Thank you.